Hi everyone, it's Natalie. Love it, live it, make it yours over on Flosstube and on Instagram. Hope you're having a good day. I am doing a late shift at work. I thought my Flosstube WIP parade was well overdue, and so I've decided to use my morning off to do a WIP parade for you. This is my 2023 WIP parade. I like to do one at the beginning of the year and the middle of the year. I think that spaces them out nicely, and my WIPs just changed so much that I think it's nice to share them with you. The quality on this video is not going to be as good as my last ones, because usually I stick a mirror to the back of my phone so that I get good quality, but I'm not willing to do that on a WIP parade because you could just be seeing something up close, far away, and it's really hard for me to judge what you can see until I get a better camera. I hope that it's not too bad today. It looks okay from where I'm viewing, so fingers crossed it's going to be okay. And I've had a few of my regular viewers say that they can often hear my washing machine. No washing machine today, I've been savvy, the washing machine is not on. So without further ado, I'm going to do my WIP parade. I haven't got specific dates to when I started things because I prepped my WIP parade and I just put the year. Some of the dates I'll be able to tell you because I've started them at events or I remember what particular time I started them. Otherwise I'm just going to tell you the month. I might edit in when I started it if I remember. It's just a pain that when I prepped my WIP parade with my trusty notebook I just wrote the year. So we'll see how we go. And they're in no particular order because I just went through Instagram, but I'm just going to grab, show, because I've got a big pile here. That is the top of the pile here, and it's quite a big pile. So yeah, here we go. I've got two. I'm starting off with, oh, my kittens keep cupboards in the kitchen, and there's that board underneath. Well, that's what I've got in my flat anyway. The kittens just bash it down and get under there. It's very annoying. So no washing machine today, but kittens running around, bashing things down, just in general being very annoying. Okay, so my first WIP is Rise and Shine. This is a Audi kit. It's just a little bunting triangle, Rise and Shine. It's lovely quality. The only thing is, and I don't think you'll see it on the camera, is that I don't know how, because I'm really good at washing my hands and using wipes, but there's a stain here. I don't know what the stain is, and I've tried to wash it out, but it started to break up the fabric. And then I remembered, after lots of faffing around with it and thinking I might give up on it, I remember that pom-pom trim goes around here anyway, so you're not going to see. So yeah, I'm not going to spend too long because I've got lots to get through. So that is a mini WIP, Rise and Shine. It's a lovely kit from Audi. Comes with everything you need. So it's got the rod to hang it up. It's got the pom-pom trim. Everything you need. And from Tesco last year or the year before, no, a couple of years ago, they had mini Easter goodie bags, and I picked one up in the sale. They're cotton, mini cotton, like goodie tote bags, little bunny chickens, and I brought that to keep my small WIPs in, so that is in there. My next mini WIP, kitten's just knocked the laundry basket down, is a Hobbycraft. No, it's not a Hobbycraft, it is a Mouse Loft mini kit. It's a Tiddler's kit. It's a little spring bird. I'm going to frog some of it. This is the kit that I work on when I'm when it's craft club at work. So it's just a little spring bird kit. I need to frog the beak, otherwise it's nearly done. Just needs some back stitch. So I don't think I've counted those in my numbers. Oh, I have. So in total I have 26 WIPs. So that is two of 26 so far. I'm just checking. I took most of the needles out of my projects, so there's only a couple I didn't, so I'm just checking that the needles stay there. They were both, I think the Aldi flag was started last year and the mini kit was started this year. So I haven't carried them over for too long. This is, if I keep looking down, it's my trusty notebook. Trick or Treat. I wish I'd written down the who they're by. Oh, I might actually, give me 2 seconds and I might have it in my notebook somewhere. If I can't find it, because I won't spend too long on it, I will Stitch with Coffee. And Rebecca Bowen, 29, organised it as a sale. So this is by this is Trick or Treat by Stitch with Coffee. Rebecca Bowen on Instagram organised it as a sale. I started it with everyone else and put quite a bit in, and then when the sale was kind of over, I put it away, and I got a coordinating by Stitchery, who is one of my favourite project bag makers. I did get the full kit of a bobbin pouch, a notions pouch, and a project bag that fits a 11 by 11. And the fabric is glow in the dark. Little ghosts glow in the dark. Stitchery is one of my favourite project bag makers. This is on a Q snap. The fabric, I cannot remember, but I know it's a Jodie. I know it's a Jodie fabric. It's coming up pale, but it's not as pale as it looks. I hope you can see that. I've done October the 31st, started the pumpkin. These are finished and the little bits above are finished, and I have used glow in the dark DMC for the ghost and the skeleton. I'm really happy with that. I need to really put some progress into that. That was also a stitch from stash. Apart from the project bag, I didn't buy anything for that. That is a complete stitch from stash. So I'm happy with that. My next, oh, and I started that in 2022, so I only started it last year. I might have said that already. This is Black Panther. I want to say this is by Art and Hobby Design. Just check for you. Black Panther. He's been on my list for so long. I'm sure he's by Art and Hobby Design on Etsy. Black Panther. I haven't put who he's by. I'll put links in the description below, because otherwise I'll keep looking at my notebook. So I'm sure he's by Art and Hobby Design on Etsy. This was my tribute piece to Chadwick Boseman. It is on KLT hand-dyed fabric. Can't remember the name of the fabric. Could be Silver Moon, could be wrong. 18 count. I really would like to get him done. He's such a good stitch. I'm really happy with the way he's turning out. I started him quite soon after we heard the news about Chadwick Boseman, so I started him in 2021. So it would have been around the time that we got the news. This is Between Two Pines by Stitchrovia. It's from Cross Stitch for the Earth. It is on a scrap of 32 count that I got from the charity shop for £3. The only reason why I know that is because the tag is still on. So this is Between Two Pines. This was a holiday start. I always start a project when I go on holiday. Just going to fold it up a little bit for you so it makes it easier to see, because I haven't started on the outer parts. There we go, that's better. So you can see pines coming in here is a doorway, that's all done, to a new world, and all that's done as well. You can see my little deer coming in here. I love this. I really love this piece. It needs some work. I was in the New Forest yesterday and it made me want to pull it out. Love this. Yes, 2022 holiday start. I was on holiday in the New Forest and started it while I was away. So that needs some love. Another Emma Congdon coming up is Beach Day Recipe. I started this in 2020. It had a lot of progress on it last year because I took it on holiday to the Isle of Wight and I smashed out quite a bit in the evenings. This is on January's Boy, I believe, by KLT Charting. I'm sure that's the fabric. And it is 18 count. Make sure you can see it nice. I really haven't got far to go. Finished the bikini. I think there's a sun cream bottle. There's a sun cream bottle I think to go in here. I can't remember what goes in between the sunglasses and the bottle. This was in a cross stitcher magazine and I started stitching it straight away. I will put all the details of where, oh, this can be found on Etsy though, Stitchrovia's Etsy, so I won't put the magazine number. It is in previous, it's on my Instagram and previous Flosstubes. Yeah, I might pop it below actually, and then you'll know where to find it. This is a stitch from stash. I'm really happy about that. Doing lots of stitch from stash. This is my oldest WIP, Walking Tiger. It is a Janlin kit. I am stitching it from the kit. I started it for my 30th birthday in 2019. It was a tiger sow. I think a lot of the tigers from the tiger sow have been abandoned. I'm gonna try, my friends keep saying get it done, but it's a paper chart, which I don't mind actually, but it takes long, and I've had to, Charlotte and I had to sit down. The flosses were on cards, but not, no, they weren't, they were in hanks, and it just said like very dark brown, hank 1, dark brown, hank 2, and Charlotte and I had to really like rake through it to see what was where. But I have done some work on him recently. I pulled him out. He is really handy if my tablet is charging. He's really handy, and he is a nice stitch. Chunks of colour, quite good. So here's currently my oldest WIP. This is Lessons from a Christmas Tree. It's by Sarah Elizabeth Stitches. It is on 32 count even weave, and I started it in 2021. Sorry, I keep looking down. It's for my notebook. There's too much fabric. Can you see? I didn't need most of that, did I? Probably cut it. It's fluff on the back. My needle minders are also from Sarah Elizabeth Stitches. The little gingerbread girl. I have got a little gingerbread chap as well, but he's fallen off, and I think he's in the bottom of my box. That's the kittens. I don't know. I don't want to look. Don't want to know what they're doing. This is mostly a stitch from stash. I brought 2 threads that were called for. They were Gentle Arts threads. Cannot remember what they are called. Otherwise, I'm stitching it from stash. Lessons from a Christmas Tree. I was adamant I was getting this done for Christmas 2022. Didn't happen. I'm just about over halfway, so I'm hoping to get it done for Christmas 2023. And I'm adding a sparkly floss, or I'm adding a different, like a special floss every sentence. So I've used sparkly in the light, I've used sparkly in the full, I've used, no, get off. Sorry, espion's on my whips. Oh no. Yeah, joy and glitter, and it is pulling at the fabric a little bit, the tension, but I think when it's framed you're not going to know. So I'm happy with that. I should definitely smash that out, really should. Teeny tiny WIP that I started when I was on holiday to Brighton. This is Boo. I started it in 2022 when I was on holiday in Brighton in October, and it is by Puntini Puntini. Oh my gosh, it's a pathetic start. Started it on the train. This was my train stitch because I was working on the Goddess Sow and I just didn't want to, hate trains. get so travel sick on trains, and I thought, no, chance it, try and take your, it's not even travel sick, it's motion sickness, but just try and take your mind off it by working on something. And I did manage to start this little pumpkin. This is on Trick or Treat fabric by KLT Charting, and that is a pathetic start, but I didn't stitch on it while we were in the hotel because I was working on my goddess Sal. That's a teeny tiny pathetic start. This I started for Clue High-Heeled Stitches' 30th birthday. It is, forgive me again while I look at my notebook. That has nothing to do with my kittens and everything to do with me shoving my notebook into into my tripod. Sorry about that. Anyway, I started this for Clue High-Heeled Stitches' 30th birthday. It is Take Me Home. It is a kit, no, it is a pattern from Cross Stitch magazine. I will pop a link in the description below from where it is, and it is inspired by Wizard of Oz. This is as far as I've got. That is the top of a sock. I've got this massive piece of fabric, and all I've got is the top of a sock because, well, I don't even know what way up it goes. I think actually it goes up this way. Now my kitten's batting at the window. So it's 32 count again, even weave, some Spygar, natural, it's quite a natural colour. It was meant to be on some blue gingham fabric. Can't find it anywhere in the UK, and it's very expensive to ship in. If I could find the blue gingham fabric, I would probably restart it. And it was, yeah, Charlotte's Clue High-Heeled Stitches' 30th birthday sale, and we were stitching on shoes, and the hashtag for that was Clue Shoe 30, which is lovely. Put my needle minder back on it. Yes, that really needs some love. It hasn't had any, I didn't work on it at all. Well, I haven't worked on it, I think, since I started it in 2021, which is sad. This was a lockdown start. It is 18 count Pompey Tides hand-dyed fabric by KLT Charting. It was a, is it Pompey Tides? Yeah, I think it is. If I'm wrong, I will let you know. Yeah, I think it is Pompey Tides. No, it is. It was a sale that I started with Charlotte in 2020 during lockdown. It is KLT Kaleidoscope B, and every now and then I'll smash out some stitches on it, but I haven't done for some time. Look at that fabric. It's lovely. Charlotte has finished hers. FFO'd it, I think, even. I'm still here. I just need to, and Charlotte brought me the needle minder as well, so I really should put some stitches into that, but I have a plan and that's not on my plan, which is sad, but I'll share my plan with you in a mo. This is one of my favourite projects that I just haven't worked on. It's on the called for fabric, which I can't remember the colour. It is a Spygar 32 count. It is Dreaming Girl Sal by Barbara Anna Designs. And I really love this, and I just haven't put much into it. So I started it in 2021. And that is as far as I've got, which is very sad. Very, very sad. I just start all the things now, don't I? I used to be a one whip girl. Oh, my whips have just fallen on the floor. I'm just going to pick them up before the kitten decides they look like fun. Otherwise, we will be in trouble, because he'll just jump all over them. Luckily, I don't think they fell stitch side up, so that's small wins. Small wins. They didn't. That's good. One's a bit dusty now. Yes, sorry, Durene Jones by Barbara Anna Designs. Stitched from stash apart from the fabric that I had to purchase. Called for floss. And I really need to get her done because I love this so much. I need to put some more into it, don't I? It's so lovely. Yeah, she's just, yeah, a bit sad, isn't it? Maybe I should just stop starting all the things. This is a Stitch from Stash, apart from I purchased the needle minder, Positivity Rule Sale. I had the fabric, I've got 18 count pink fabric in my stash, which is what it should have come with, but I had it in my stash. And I started it with a few people. I don't think any of them have finished it, which is a bit sad. We started it in 2021. Positivity Rule Sale by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. But yeah, apart from the needle minder, Stitch from Stash, that is as far as I've got. There we go. So yeah, I haven't done much on it at all. This is called Lazy Daisy Days by Durene Jones. It is a Lakeside Needlecraft kit. I'm stitching it from the kit. It is quite confetti heavy for a small piece. It should look something like this. You wouldn't think that's quite confetti heavy, but it is. There's just little random stitches here and there of colour. I started it, I think, when I went to a craft club, thinking I wouldn't have to use my tablet, but I just haven't done much on it at all. I like it. I really, really like it. Maybe I'll make this a spring project. Yeah, I think I just said... No, yeah, I can't remember when I started that. I couldn't find an accurate date, which probably means it didn't make it to Instagram either. This, sadly, I'm going to finish this one and then... Oh, there's a fluff on it. I'm going to finish this one and then I'm going to UFO it. So I'll finish this and then UFO. Because there's just too much bulk repetitive stitching in this for me. Even though I've seen a few people finish it and they're beautiful, the bulk repetitive stitching puts me off a little bit. So maybe I'll just put it on the back burner. I'm definitely going to finish this one and then, yeah, back burner or UFO. And this is KLT's Beach Hut Sal. Again, I can't remember when I started this either. It is on linen, just like sky blue linen. And that's as far as I've got. But I've kitted it up. But it's just lots and lots of repetitive stitching. So I like the change up. So yeah, this one will get finished and then I'll have a think about UFOing it. This is Midsummer Night's Fairy, which would have been started in February 2022 because it was a retreat start. It's my first Mirabilia. I love, love, love it, and I just haven't put much into it. Love, love, love. You can't really see that, can you, because of the glare? I don't think I've got anything. Let me see if I can put that behind it a little bit. Not the glare, the light shining through. It's all called for. It was a kit that I got from Hawkins Hobbies. Yeah, my first Mirabilia. It's 2022 and that's how far I've got in a year, which is not a lot. But I'm desperate to start it. It's Midsummer Night's Fairy and I brought it because I went to see Midsummer Night's Dream at the open air Shakespeare that happens locally around here in Gosport. This is Christmas Advent. I started it in 2021, was adamant I was going to finish it in 2022. I was stitching a motif a day, and then I was getting behind because I was in a job where I was working all the hours under the sun, and so I decided I'd finish it in 2022, but I was just settling into my new role, and so I didn't get around to it. It is a DMC chart. It's a really tricky chart to follow because it just doesn't follow the natural rules of backstitch. It goes all over the place because I think it's an embroidery chart and a cross stitch chart. So I think when they've converted it to either or, the backstitch has been a bit tricky. So number 15 I'm not happy with, but I left it because I just thought sometimes you just have to call it a day. And I completely stitched this from stash. However, it is a piece that I love, so I need to get it done. This is on Claire Brown X Stitch fabric, but she her shop doesn't exist anymore. I think it went on to someone else, but I haven't seen them advertised for a while. So if I'm wrong, just comment and let me know, because I used to like her fabric. Yeah, I love this. I really, really love this. Just need to get it finished. It's lovely. Really, really nice. So yeah, I've been working on that since 2021. Oh, I've got down to my favourite projects now, because I know, because they're on the bottom, because I went to get them first. I have some good news. Everyone kept asking me, when are you going to work on Into the Sky? Specifically my lovely friend Lou. How's the balloons come in? How's the balloons come in? That's... Lou doesn't even know how to say hello. She just knows how to say how the balloons come in. Well, we had a mini retreat in February. Oh gosh, there's a kitten on my lap. No, stop it. He's just started playing with the beads on my trousers. Anyway, we had a mini retreat in February 2023, just gone. And I was adamant that Into the Sky was coming with. And I smashed out 1,006, to be specific, 1,006 stitches in an afternoon, not even in a day, because in the morning I worked on Happy Santa Sow to finish that motif. Happy Santa Sow is, I'll talk about it a bit more in a minute, but it's a sow I'm organising. And then I just, yeah, in an afternoon, somehow, I don't know how, smashed out 1,000 stitches, which was most of this. I'm really happy with this. This is on Going Fishing, 18 count by KLT Charting, Circus Stitches Into the Sky. And that's back on my radar now, because I've got to the top of the balloons. It's coming round. And I'm 40%. And it is all tucked in down here. I won't unclip it because it takes me forever to get it back in again. But I'm happy to be able to show it to you. Just bear with while I tuck it back in its bag, because I've got 2 kittens on my lap. I do not trust them as far as I could throw them. And they're small, so I could throw them quite far. But I still don't trust them. No kittens were thrown during the making of this video, or before or after the video. Hey boys, it's tempting as it is sometimes. This, oh, I started Into the Sky in 2020 at the February 2020 Southampton retreat. I remember that because I started it at a retreat. This is on the radar for a finish and an FFO, because I've already brought a hoop for it. This was started July the 28th in 2022 in New York. It was my birthday treat from my husband. He completely kitted it up. He did a fantastic job. And it is Let's Root for Each Other and Watch Each Other Grow by Stitchrovia, Emma Congdon, and it's from her Cross Stitch for the Heart book. Yeah, it's not Cross Stitch from the Heart, because I've got loads of hers on the go. Loads, and I'm about to start another one, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's root for each other and watch each other grow. Just going to see if I can put something up behind it so you can see. I think you can see okay. Yeah, you can see all right. We had a bit of experimentation with Let's Root for Each Other, Watch Each Other. Oh, Let's Root for and Watch Each Other. And then sadly, one of my lovely friends that I met through cross stitching passed away. I got given some of her stash, and I just kept umming and ahhing and what I was going to do with this, and I kept picking a thread, picking it, you know, unpicking it, and then when I got her stash I was like, that is it. And it is Blue Green Aquamarine by Jodie, because this has been kitted up with Anchor and hand dyed Jodie floss. My husband completely kitted it up. It's just lovely, and it is gunning for a finish. I've just got to do purple here, flowers here, done. Done, done, done. I've literally got two kittens just bundled up in my lap. I want to show you, but I'm worried about the tipping my camera over because they're just like bundled here. Anywho, my next one is very dusty because it's been stored in another bag where I kept tucking floss. This is from a Cross Stitcher magazine and it is called Santa Stables, and I started this in 2022. I'm stitching it from stash. It's on oatmeal fabric, 18 count, might even be 20 count, from my, I think I'm going to fight now. Sometimes they groom each other and then they start to fight. Not on my lap, boys. Yeah, stitch from stash. I'm really happy with this. Oh, do you know what? I'll just double up my fabric and you can see it. I am also using a toile, blank toile for the snow. In this one I've got two little reindeers, which I'm really happy with. This was, I can't remember if this was a Jolly July start or just like a start in November and hope for the best start. I think it was a start in November and hope for the best. I'm railroading this because of how small the fabric is, and this is almost a finished panel, but I was waiting for some floss for this. Yeah, stitch from stash apart from the toile, and I think I was waiting for the toile for this. So that's, and then you stitch it together to make a 3D project, a little Santa Stables. So I'm looking forward to finishing that. That is by Tiny Modernist Cheryl McKinnon. She's one of my favourite designers, as is Stitchrovia if you can't tell. Emma Condon. This was a retreat start, and I remember when I started it because it was the other day. It is called Among Friends by Mad Cross Stitch. I started it February 2023. This is completely stitched with, this is a needle minder I made, it's bad, floss from my lovely friend that passed away, and fabric. So it's all fabric and floss from Erica, and we all stitched it on floss and fabric from the lovely Erica to remember her. And it's lovely. It's a free pattern as well, so if you fancy it, go and find it. Mad Cross Among Friends, which is lovely. It's a lovely, really lovely piece. And the floss that I'm using is Glinda the Good by Jodie Reed Designs. I'll put it in a little baggie so I don't forget it or lose it. Thank you for bearing with me, folks. We're getting down to it now. We're getting down to the last few. This is, I started this, I remember exactly when I started this. It's by Little Loops Stitching, might even be, yeah, Little Loops Stitching. Sam, she has designed this, and it was from her winter stash box, which I loved. I started it as soon as I got it, which was in 2022, and it is going to be a polar bear and a penguin on a Christmas tree, and this is 14 count, which I don't often stitch on 14 count, but this is completely different. The coverage is brilliant. 14 count Ada, hasn't got a name, but it is by Coffee Craft Fabrics, and I will definitely look at purchasing from them again. That's the tree. I really like that. And I've stitched that mostly at work as well. Okay, getting to my favourite projects. Don't know if you know, if you've seen my previous floss tubes, one of my favourite designers is Maria from Quaternion Creations. Absolutely, she's, no, please don't stand on that, SB. Espion, he's being a monkey. Just likes to stand on my cross stitch projects. Yes, so Maria from Quaternion Creations, absolutely one of my, now after the Goddess sale, that's kind of, well, I found her through every year there's a grant a wish, and Maria had granted a wish, and then her wish was for some hand-dyed floss. So I granted her wish and sent her some Jodie hand-dyed floss straight to her, so it didn't have to come to me first. And then I started following her, and I just love, I love almost everything she designs. She designed the Goddess Sow. You all know, if you're a regular viewer, you all know how much I love the Goddess Sow. Loved it so much. And she also did a very Viking sow, which was, she had made before I found her. And my husband and I really, really love history. And we were getting into Vikings because of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I said to my husband, I really, really want that kit for Christmas. So he brought it for me. Some lucky ladies, really good like that. And I did start it. I got it for Christmas, so Christmas 2022, and I think I started it just before 2022 finished. Oh no, I've put 2023, but I've got a feeling I started it on the 28th of December, but I could be wrong. If I've written 2023, maybe I started it in January. And I didn't do very much, and my husband kept saying, is it going to be another project that doesn't see much love? Not true. I took it to our mini retreat that we had in February. Smashed out a lot of stitches on it. It is a paper pattern, so I can't tell you how much I did, but I did a lot. Enough to finish my little Viking boat. Hang on, I'm just going to make it a bit. There we go. Oh, that's coming up really nice. I'm stitching it in. I'm going to stitch it in some gold and some DMC 518. I chose the colour with my husband based on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We were looking and looking, and that's the colour we chose. I have a local shop that has DMC. On my way home from work one day, I stopped in and brought all the 518, yeah, off the rail. But they said they had more out back, so it's fine. This is my lovely needle minder, also from Maria, and it came in her winter stash box, which is one of my favourite stash boxes. And that is as far as I've got. I love this. I love, love, love this. This frame has been trusty for Maria's kits. I also, and the Grand Guard. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold. Was also my Goddess Sow. So this is going to see some love. Definitely. I just know it is. I can feel it in my bones. Especially because she's got something else coming, which I absolutely want to stitch. My next WIP is by Maria. It is Goddess Mokosh. I hope I'm saying that right. And she is, I'm sure, I don't want to get this wrong, and I'll put some writing in the comment here if I'm wrong, but I'm sure she is the Ukrainian goddess for creativity. I could totally be wrong. I will check that. And for the month of February, Maria, all proceeds from this chart and her Baba Yaga chart and another one, I believe, all proceeds went to a charity that is near her hometown, but they were sending the proceeds to Ukraine. 65 euros I think we raised, which I think is great. I think that's great. And I've seen Crafty Law, which is one of my lovely Instagram friends. I've been watching her stitch it as well, and obviously Maria's been stitching it, and it's been lovely seeing it crop up. This is as far as I've got. I did about 70 to 100 stitches a session on it, but I've kind of fallen in love with it now. So I did like it, and then I was just stitching it for charity, and I've fallen in love with it. And so I'm really happy with that. And I'm doing it in an anchor floss, an anchor variegated, or an anchor multicolour, but I can't remember which one. It's a red. There was two colourways. It was like a red and a black, and like a multicoloured one. So really happy with the progress I've made on that. My next, I'm going to save the best till last. My next WIP is Happy Santa Sow, which is a sow I'm organising. If you want to join in, it is not too late. These are really quick stitches. It is from a Cross Stitcher magazine chart, but you can purchase it from Stitchrovia, Emma Condon on Etsy. Happy Santa sale. I started it in 2023 and I've kept up to date. There are 12 Santas. We're stitching one a month on the 15th of every month. And I smashed one out whilst I was on retreat. I am stitching it on some very strange linen / even weave. My friend looked at it for me. She thinks it's a linen / even weave blend. Sparkly, 32 count. But it's lovely. It looked like it was going to be really uneven, but I did a trial piece and it just looked very nice, which is why she thinks it might be a linen and even weave blend. And this is as far as I've got because it's January and February. March the 15th hasn't happened yet. Some people are stitching theirs as and when they fancy it. Some people are making decorations. Some people are doing a big piece. They said, what one are we going to stitch on and when? And I said, you pick. You pick. And some people are doing 2 a month so they can make decorations for friends. I think I'm going to stitch one to go on my Christmas tree now because one of the lovely ladies in my group, it is an Instagram group. Please feel free to join us if you would like. Please don't eat me. And yeah, it is, I don't think you can see the sparkle. It is very sparkly fabric. They're my little cheeky Santas. I'm rail. Oh, it's a soddony! Get away! You're cheeky. I am railroading this to make it tidy. Oh, if he knocks my camera down now. Oh, you can see the sparkle there. And it reminds me of all the Santas. Jingle All the Way is my favourite Christmas movie. Oh, we watch it every Christmas Eve without fail with a takeaway. There's all those crazy Santas that are doing all sorts of different things in the warehouse that are making knockoff toys. That's what it reminds me of, although these are Happy Santas. The chart, I've called it Happy Santa Sal, even though I think the chart is called Busy Santa. I've called it Happy Santa Sal because in the magazine it said something about, you know, stitching Happy Santas, and I love that. But it just reminded me of that scene with all the Santas making the toys, making the knockoff toys. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love. So I'm really happy with that. And I got a Jingle All the Way needle minder. Actually, I've got 2 because I brought one, lost it, searched high and low, couldn't find it anywhere, ordered another one. Then I remembered exactly what happened to it as I laid my hand on the lost one. Moved my poof out the way and I remember thinking, yeah, it dropped down there, and I thought, pick that up, and I never did. So, yeah. And last and least is the Dragon Sow. So this is the Dragon Sow by Quaternion Creations. I'll show you it as is. This is the section I'm working on at the moment. It's going to be long. It does come down to that line here. I was 6 stitches short of finishing that section. And I thought, no, when you get down there, put the 6 stitches in. Don't use a whole thread for 6 stitches. I'm just going to undo it. I really feel like I'm going down with a cold. I could do without that because I've got lots to do at work today. I'm doing the late shift. That's what I was able to film with Flosstube. Right. Here we go. There are chunks of colour missing in the egg and the flower and things here because I haven't decided what colour I'm going to do them yet. So I started this in, I think this is the one I started on the 28th of December. Oh no, it was released on the 28th of December and my sister brought it. My sister said, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, I know what I want for Christmas. I wanted this chart. My sister brought it for me, which is lovely. So, yeah, I think it came out on the 28th of December and I started it in January 2023. Stitch from stash again, actually, definitely stitch from stash because I'm using leftover threads from the Goddess Sal. I'm using the Very Viking Sal, came with, leave my pen alone, came with DMC 310 and I was stitching it in that blue. So I've used the DMC from that for this and... and Classic Colourworks Campfire that I also had left over from the Goddess Sal. And I had a Bejeweled, which is Classic Colourworks, that I brought when I was out and about. Knitting and Stitching Show. Not last year, the year before. And so that will go in this as well, I think. And so, that concludes my WIP parade. Please let me know what your favourite WIP is. That would be really lovely if you could let me know. If you're stitching any of them as well, let me know, or send me a picture so I can see on Instagram. That would be really lovely. I have got 2, I'm trying to stitch from stash and I'm trying to do no more new starts. I do have 2 planned new starts. 3 planned new starts. I forgot one. 3 planned new starts. I have got Quaternion Creations, the Wanderer Sow. So excited for that. It's jars. It looks like it's jars. And in each jar is going to be a different location. She showed a sneak peek and the first jar was Venice. Take my money. I'm off to Venice this year. I'm going in August. We're going for 5 nights. It's been a long time coming. We've been married for 10 years this year, my husband and I, and we were going to book Venice or Athens for our honeymoon when we got married in 2013. We booked Venice because we'd always said when we were teenagers we would go, we booked Athens because when we were teenagers we said we'd always go to Athens, and then we said we'd go back for our 10th wedding anniversary. We haven't made it to Venice yet. So we're going to Venice for our 10th wedding anniversary, and then I think for our 12th we will make it back to Athens. So as soon as I saw that Venice jar, I was like, yes. I'm sure it's called the Wanderer Sow. If I'm wrong, I will put in a little comment here. Stitchrovia. Emma Congdon also has a Venice pattern that I've seen on Etsy. So I will probably stitch that as well because the Wanderer Sow is due out soon. But I think the Stitchrovia's Venice pattern, I'll put what it's called actually down here. I'll take that with me. So that's great. And I have got a lovely kit from Maria from Quaternion Creations that came in my Christmas box, my winter box. That will be a new start for spring because it is a spring goddess, and it's beautiful. I'll pop in a picture here and what she is actually called, but I just remember that it links in with spring, so I'm going to start that really, really soon, probably on the first day of spring, which I think might have already come and gone. Not sure, I'll check, but I will be starting it soon, if not on the first day of spring. I've got some nice time off in April, might start it then. So yeah, they're my 3 planned new starts, and hopefully I'll stitch from stash. And I just want to share a few things with you that I'm really, really loving at the moment. They are wooden frames. Charlotte and I found a wooden frame when we went to the craft charity shop recently. It's what my mokosh is on. Charlotte was considering buying it, and then she said, do you want it? It was £3, and I tried it, and I'm not looking back now. I have brought Q-snaps. I have brought R&R frames. I have brought unbranded ones, the clip frames. The ones that I get on with better are the unbranded ones. They seem to last longer. I've had Q-snaps break on me. I've had R&R frames break on me. I try to be eco-friendly, and I don't want to keep putting plastic in landfill or having to tighten them or soak them or any of that. So I brought the wooden frame, and it seems to work really, really, really well. But they are the split bar. So you put the fabric in the split, top and bottom, and then you tighten it. I really feel like I'm coming down with a cold, folks. 2 seconds. Oh, thanks everyone. I just had to have a breather. I feel like I'm coming down with an awful cold. Yes, so the split bar, you put your fabric in the top and the bottom, and you roll them towards each other to tighten the fabric, and then you tighten the nuts. And actually it's quicker than a Q-snap. It doesn't stretch the fabric as much as a Q-snap. I have seen other people use them, and then they use like magnet clips or sew between the bars to keep the tension. I haven't had to do that. I haven't got flappy sides. It seems to hold really, really well. So I'm rating them at the moment. They are cheaper. If they break, it's wood. It's eco-friendly. It's not plastic. So I'm really loving them at the moment. I think that is everything. Oh no, I also wanted to mention Daily Cross Stitch. I love, love, love Daily Cross Stitch. It's a website. I've had quite a few nice little charts off of them. I think they go for like $1 up. Obviously convert that into pounds, which is a bit cheaper. Lovely, lovely little mini motifs. But they do a freebie every day. Sometimes it's a bit, there's longer in between, but almost every day. And I've had some really lovely freebies from them. And I wanted to shout that out. Yeah, and I think that's everything for now. So sorry, I just started coming down with a bit of a bunged up nose. I really hope you've enjoyed my WIP parade. I'll be back with a normal Flosstube soon. I am working, I usually work 4 days a week, but for the foreseeable I'm working 5 while things are a bit busy at work. But I'll be back with my normal WIPs and stash and all those kind of bits and pieces. But thank you for watching. I would appreciate a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, a comment. It would be great. My followers on Instagram has gone through the roof, so thank you everybody. Thank you so much. That just scared my kittens. They were both asleep and then looked up to see what that was. And yeah, if you drop me a comment, I reply to every single comment. And I hope you have a lovely week. So take care everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.